Hello everyone and welcome to Sunburned. Albino lists 4 moons I had some particularly grueling trouble acquiring in Super Mario Odyssey. Now everyone experiences things differently and some of you may think these moons are easy, but I doubt it because I'm super pro and these were either almost impossible or just frustrating to go through. You'll see. Naturally, this video contains spoilers about the locations of some very obscure and hidden moons, so keep that in mind. Number 1. This moon in a box. Now, the Sand Kingdom has some incredibly tricky moons to get, but none gave me as much head-scratching as this geniusly hidden thing. You start off at the Sand Pillar flag, and from there you jump across 3 quicksand geysers and go through a flat world. You can see I'm playing on assist mode like the pros do. If you don't know, it's called assist mode because you're assisting the game by being so good at it that you show it off better. Anyway, you eventually reach a walkway with a bullet bill launcher and some wooden boxes. The problem is, you would never suspect that these boxes would contain a moon. None of them show any outward signs of being special in any way. I mean, I break one with my hat just for giggles and it turns into a launch lens, which solidifies my earlier hypothesis that boxes never contain anything. As I'm sitting there pondering life with my above-average intellect, a bullet bill decides to explode a second box like an idiot who enjoys wasting time with bad ideas. You can see afterwards there's just one plain box left with no discernible features separating it from any other boxes we've seen, but again, as I'm planning my next extremely methodical and well thought out move, another bullet bill comes crashing into the last remaining box and shock of the century, there's a moon in there! Some of these moons will be grayed out since I've acquired them already. Recollecting collected moons is just another way I go above and beyond the average player, but you see how insane it is that they put a moon in that unassuming box. Number 2, this moon on that sea monster's back. First of all, from the top hat to the goggles, everything about this giant sea creature screams get back. It's one of the most terrifying monsters I've seen in a video game, and I've played Minecraft, so that's saying something. Once you get over the sheer terror, you'll notice Nintendo had the audacity to put a moon right on that thing's back. Even after you manage to steel yourself and swim after it, however, you'll quickly find that this creature is lightning fast and near impossible to catch. I am paddling at full speed right now and I can barely gain ground. Eventually, another of my many genius ideas hits me and I go to take over the body of the wildlife. But while the Cheep Cheep can close the gap on the monster, it's notoriously unwieldy and difficult to control. I attempt numerous times to snatch the ever-drifting moon, but my fish body simply can't handle the sharp turns and precision swimming necessary. Soon I'm forced to vacate my host and bear back the ferocious ocean dragon, fearing for my life every second I'm near the dreaded thing, but even Mario doesn't fare much better at aiming his walking swim strokes. Thankfully, after far too much floundering, get it? I'm a comedic genius too. The pre-acquired moon is acquired once more. Number 3, the gold turnip conundrum. Over in the Luncheon Kingdom, there is an arduously obtuse challenge waiting for you. This chef wants you to find gold turnips for him and throw them in his soup bowl. Sounds simple, but it sure isn't. First of all, the ledge next to the bowl is very slippery and made me look stupid, which I am not stupid. I can prove it. I took an internet IQ test and scored very high, thank you. Secondly, these turnips are planted so inconveniently out of the way, you'll lose days of your life reaching them, and then that's when the real struggle begins. Maybe the game glitched for me or something, but I uprooted all 3 of these turnips and none of them were gold. I recognize gold, alright? I'm surrounded by it at all times, because being the intellectual pioneer that I am has naturally made me very rich as well. But in front of me are 3 pale, colorless turnips, so I'm at a loss. I use my advanced video game logic to deduce that the turnip which was supposed to be golden would probably have been the middle one, so I pick that up and take it back to the pot, but it gets even harder from there. The throwing mechanics for turnips in this game are completely broken. No matter what angle or trajectory I try to line up, the turnip just has a mind of its own. By the end, I'm forced to sacrifice myself as if to the soup gods just to get the blasted vegetable in there. These moons are ridiculous. Number 4, this infernal seedling. We're back in the Sand Kingdom for the final entry on this list, which is so inanely baffling that they would put this mechanic in the game that I don't even know what to say. Near the center of town, there is a seed in front of 3 pots. You're expected to plant the seed in one of the pots and then wait for it to grow. Guess what? It takes a long time to grow! And Super Mario Odyssey expects you to sit there through all of it. Like I don't have other things I could be doing with my time. I could have collected 100 moons in the time it takes me to sit here and watch this plant grow, but no, I just have to hold position while while Mario shivers his overalls off in this frozen desert hellscape, slowly but surely losing my impeccable mind in the process. It was like I planted myself there, not just the seed, and my patience grew thinner as the leaves grew taller. You will not believe this, and I wish it was false, but I had to stay rooted to that area for over 20 minutes before the plant finally sprouted a bulb that finally got big enough to spurt out a moon. And there's 3 pots there, so you know you have to do it 2 more times, and that's just in this kingdom. There are pots in almost all the kingdoms. My gifted children will go through private school in the time it takes me to watch all those plants bloom. So there you have it, some of my 4 hardest, most frustrating moons in Super Mario Odyssey. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe and whatnot, and I'll see you guys next time.